Hello everyone and welcome to Chat with NennehAlice. If this is your first time tuning in to Chat with NennehAlice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments because together we can all improve on this channel. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first person to know whenever I post any new video. Okay, in the last edition, we spoke about what is sex and what is gender. Today, I just want us to, get deeper into the conversation. Maybe let's talk about gender roles. What are gender roles? Because most of the time we talk about it and we really don't get the actual understanding. So gender roles in some societies are more rigid than in other societies, okay? And the degree of decision making and financial responsibility expected of each gender and the time that woman or man are expected to spend on homemaking, and rearing children varies between cultures. And within the wider culture, families too have their norms. So in my family, we have our family values and we have our own, roles that we assign to each and every gender in the family. So it's different from cultures to cultures. It's also different from society to society or from families to families because every family have their own norms, okay? But gender roles are not set on stones, they are not written in a way that you cannot interpret them, or they are not written or in another planet. There are things that we can, work on. They can be flexible. We can change them as and how we want to change those roles. In many societies, men are increasingly taking on the role traditionally seen as belonging to women, and women are playing the parts previously assigned mostly to men. And so gender roles and gender stereotypes are highly fluid, and can shift substantially over time. You see now that before this time, when you see a woman driving a car, in some communities, people will be shouting, "Oh, now woman, I did drive motor car, so you're not supposed to drive motor car." Or if you see a man cooking or prepare the meal for the family, say, what's happy so with a man don't go in the kitchen, eh? Not so don't happy, eh? But roles are changing slowly. That's why I said it's not written on stone, or it's also very fluid. Okay, let's take for example the wearing of high heels. In the early days, high heels shoes were considered, not in the early days, in present day, high heel shoes are considered feminine throughout the world. When you see high heel shoes, you say these are for women. Okay, but initially, in the early days, high heel shoes were for upper class men. And they were using it for hunting and most times when they are on horsebacks. But later on, women began wearing high heels. Male heels slowly became shorter and flatter, as female heels grew taller and thinner. Okay, and by the way, I like heels, I like high heels. So we were the ones that took over with the females. We took over the high heels, and then we gave flats or slacks or low heels to men. Okay, over time, the perception of high heels gradually became seen as feminine. We took over, females took over the high heels. So there is nothing feminine about high heels. Anybody can wear high heel. So social norms have made it in a way that high heels are just for women and flats are for men. No, it is society that has given that definition for shoes. I just want to give that because I'm a lover of shoes and I like talking about shoes. I also want to talk about the color pink. Sometimes we say pink for girls and blue for boys. And in many countries, pink is seen as a suitable color for girls to wear, whilst boys are dressed in blue. So when a baby is dressed in blue, without you even asking the sex of that baby, you will say, this baby is a boy. Or when a baby is dressed in pink, without you even asking the sex, you will say this baby is a girl. However, Infants were dressed in white long before. They were dressed in white until the colored garments came to play for babies. And so in the middle of the 19th century, we started talking about blue for boys and pink for females. So another thing when it comes to do with identity and expression, gender is an individual view of themselves. I want to say that again. It is how I see myself. I can be born as a female, and as I grow up in the society, I consider myself a male. So that is why we have people who are gays and people who are lesbians, okay? Because they want to describe their own gender in the way that pleases them. So one's internal personal sense of being a man or a woman, it's totally up to that particular individual. For transgender people, their own internal gender identity does not match the sex they were assigned at birth. Most people have a gender identity of man or woman, as the case may be. And for some people, their gender identity does not fit neatly into one of those two choices. Some people can say, I am a man and I am a female. We call them bisexuals. Some people can say, I am a female. You call them lesbians. And some people can say, I am a male. And you call them, gays. As the case may be. We all know that this is a topical conversation around now. So we should all be talking about that. And they want to use it to express their gender. They are using, their sex to express themselves. And they want to also not only express themselves the way they feel, they want to also give external manifestation of their gender. Expressed through one's name, or maybe the pronoun that is being used on your name. I am a female by birth, but I can say I want to be a man, and you rather call me Mr. Alice, and you can be a male by birth and you want to be called Mrs. Abdul. It's up to you, okay? And even the way we wear our clothes, the clothing we wear, the type of haircut we have. Unfortunately now, low haircut is also, trending, for female. And sometimes even the way we behave, people can, sometimes it's alone when we have a certain way that men do behave. And when the men behave the way females behave, you say, this man, not a woman, you don't turn so, like that. And even the voice, sometimes when you hear a particular voice, you say this is a female voice or it's a male voice. Or even the body characteristics. Some people, by the way they walk, even though they are man, you say, these are the suspects and a woman, you want on so, Or if I walk, in that gigantic way, and people will say, oh, you are a female and you're walking, like a man, and stuff like that. So sometimes society identify these cues as masculine and feminine. They use your behavior, maybe your haircut, or maybe your body characteristics, and they want to use it as a clue to identifying you as a male or identifying you as a female. Although what is considered masculine and feminine changes over time and varies by culture, which I have been trying to say, for the greater part of this video. Okay. So we also have our bodily organs that also have to do with our sexual identity. Okay. Is your heart female? Is your liver male? Some of these questions we should be asking ourselves. Although now we are talking about stem cells, our organs are made of, whatever thing now the stem cell theory is talking about, but gender bias could impact the behavior of your organs, and even the way you also put yourself out there in public, because of the way you feel, as an individual. So, and I also want to say that the way you feel is totally up to you, and the way you want to express yourself is totally up to you. If you want to feel, if you are a female and you want to feel like a male, it's up to you. If you are a male and you want to feel like a female, it's totally up to you. Because the amount of societal pressure people are having when they want to express their gender identity is so much, particularly in this part of Sierra Leone. Sometimes it can be so, so much pressure that people tend to go to their closet. And in some other countries, people have committed suicide because they want to express themselves in a particular gender, and the societal pressure is stopping them. People have suffered a lot of stigma because they want to express themselves in a particular sex that they think they should express themselves, but it has become problematic. So what I want to say is that people have the right to express themselves in whatever way they want to express themselves, in whatever gender they want to express themselves. It's totally up to them, okay? Because when you express yourself in a way that you want to express yourself, it's your right, and you have space to do that, okay? So this is what I want to say today. And if you think you do not totally agree with my views, can you please, let's have a conversation in the comment section, and let's talk about it, and at length, so that we can all have the understanding together, and then we can come to a point of agreement. Yeah. And I also want to say that things that I say in this channel are totally my views, and you can come and ask questions and maybe make your own contribution so that we can understand ourselves better. So I just want to say, if this is your first time tuning in to Chat with NennehAlice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comment. And hope to see you in the next edition. Thank you so much, and have a pleasant